Good evening, good evening. I'm so excited to be here. I've got very limited time. They only gave me a few minutes. I've got HR on this side of the stage, HR on this side of the stage, so we're just going to get right into it. I want to take you back, and I'm not talking about, 6 foot, good-looking, full head of hair, Steve Morris. I want to take you way back. So when I want to explain how I became a 4'12" narcissist. So I was basically raised in a Jewish home. My dad was a pharmacist. My mom an agoraphobic. If you don't know what that is, agoraphobia is fear of open spaces. Essentially, they're basically shut-ins. They don't go outside really for anything. And imagine, I remember when I was 15, 16 years old, my mom was assigned with teaching me how to drive. Now, you could imagine if she can't leave the house, it might be a little bit difficult. I could remember her face pressed up against the window, watching me. I'm in the car by myself. She's crying. She's so proud. I'm crying. I'm so scared. And now I start to drive the car. And she's banging on the window like, hey, I can't see you anymore. I assume you made a right turn. I hope you use your turn signal. And that was kind of my upbringing. And also, being raised in that environment, I really found a love for healthcare and finance, which is exactly what I do now for Henry Schein. So how I got into this is it started in elementary school. Out on the playground, I basically began to counsel second graders. So I set up a little table out near the jungle gym, and kids would line up and tell me their various ailments, and I would prescribe medication, whatever it was for them. So I remember this one little boy, William, comes walking up, and he's kind of awkward, and I'm like, hey, William, how's it going? And he says to me, my butt, spit it out, William. My butt itches. Oh, your butt itches. Okay, William. Do you think maybe you're wiping too hard? I don't know. All right, William, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and just have you not wipe so hard. Next Tuesday, I want you to come back, and maybe we'll try a suppository. So here's where the finance side comes in it, because I offered him terms. William, you can go ahead and pay me a nickel now, or you can wait until next Tuesday and pay me a dime. So that kind of launched my career and so forth. But like I said, I was raised in this Jewish home. My mom planned everything for me. She wanted me to marry a nice Jewish girl. In fact, she picked one out when I was age 8 at Camp Shalom. Her name was Debbie Flabowitz. And I said, no, I'm going to go my own route. And I end up meeting a wonderful Japanese woman. So we get married, and we start to think about what it would be like to have kids. And we knew that we would probably make this very small person with this perfect nose. Can you picture it? Just the bridge goes straight down, and it juts out like that. It would be so exciting. And we also knew that if we had boys, and maybe we wanted to get them into sports, maybe they grow to be a little bit husky, a little bit large, they could be jumo wrestlers. So we know that our family is going to be Japanese. What if we had a jumo wrestler for a son? Could you imagine? You know what the jumo match is? You know, these whiny guys in big diapers, and they're sweating and schwitzing all over the place, and they walk out onto the jumo mat. They take the ceremonial salt, which is low sodium, to prevent hypertension, of course, and they throw it out on the mat, and then the jumo match begins. And now all of a sudden they're pushing and shoving, and all of a sudden, why are you pushing me? Am I to be pushed? I'll push you back, and on it goes. So we ended up starting a family. We did have 2 boys. Girls are the bookends, and then 2 boys in the middle. Our youngest son we're very proud of course. We're proud of all of our kids, but really proud of him because he just took his DAT. And like you all, before him, he's trying to get into dental school right now. So he's going to do great. I know he's going to have a great career in dentistry. He was always really creative, really curious, really kind of funny. He was always a little bit of a detective around the house. I remember one time we were in the bathtub together. He was about age 3. Yes, you could still take a bath with a 3-year-old boy at that point in time. We were taking a bath, and all of a sudden he gets really serious. He puts down the bath toys, and he looks at me and says, "Daddy, I like your big testicles." And then he stands up right in front of me and he says, "Do you like mine?" And like, what are you going to say to that? You know, obviously his depth perception was a little bit skewed, but you want to affirm him. And I remember my wife one time told me a story. she was in our master bedroom, in the master bathroom, and she had a feminine hygiene product. And she was strategically placing said feminine hygiene product where a feminine hygiene product would go. What she didn't know is Isaiah, about age 3 or 4, had wandered into the room, and he's watching this whole thing unfold. So he's looking, and he's starting to like, what? Where's that going? What? Is this a magic trick? Guys, Mom's doing magic in here. Are there puppets? But that was him. He was just always inquisitive, and that's why I think he's going to do so great. And you know what? I love working in dentistry. I know you all do as well, but I love working in dentistry. Like I said, am in finance. I wanted to be in marketing. That was my passion. I really wanted to be on the marketing team, and I remember many years ago I started working with DEXIS. Remember DEXIS? Early days of digital radiography, one size sensor, perfect size sensor fits all. And I thought about marketing themes for this. And I thought, hey, what if we go ahead and attach a Broadway show tune to marketing this perfect size sensor? So they asked me, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, it probably goes something like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Singular sensor, every FMX you make. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 1. Thrilling penetration, every bite when you take. Yeah, that didn't really get legs. But I've thought about some other ideas. I thought about cone beam. You know how important cone beams are? Instead of a CBCT, how about a CBDCT? So, if you've got a patient, think about it. A patient that maybe has some radiation anxiety, doesn't like that thing revolving around their cranium, give them a little bit of CBD oil that comes with the unit, and that sets them at ease, makes them feel a little more comfortable. Or, I just the other day I had this great idea. CEREC, full system, right? It doesn't just come with a mill, huh? It comes with a grill. Think about it. Chairside barbecue right there next to the patient. Hey, good evening. I'm Steve Morris. Enjoy the rest of ThriveLive. Thank you so much.